notice fans only care about that. They don't care about it consistently.
Yeah.
You know, if a coach is winning, he can be any kind of man he wants to be. If he's losing, suddenly everything about him becomes scrutinized.
Yeah. I mean, I know it would be extra work, but could Bruce Pearl do it?
I know for a fact that Gene Chiswick and Gus Malzahn were really devoted to their budget.
Yes, they were.
And Auburn fans were ready for them to go.
Yeah.
So
You gotta win.
You got to win football games. Top of the hour. Rick and Bubba. The holidays are right around the corner, and we're ready. Why? Because we use HelloFresh. HelloFresh delivers delicious recipes and more right to your door, so you can skip that extra grocery store trip, take a break from meal planning, and actually enjoy this special time of year. HelloFresh always has something new to try. With over 35 chef-crafted recipes each week, chock full of quality ingredients and choice proteins, plus you can stock your pantry and even prep for a party with seasonal and convenience items from the HelloFresh market. Now, when we're in a hurry, their 20-minute meals and easy cleanup options make for more quality time around the dinner table and less time in the kitchen. And saving money is always a priority around the holidays. HelloFresh is cheaper than the grocery store and 25% less expensive than takeout. Sign up today for 7
Pretty special day. It's a wonderful Monday. That means my partner in crime, my coach this morning, is Laura Lee. Good morning, Laura.
Good morning, Miss Becky.
And from Hoosier Uplands by phone, it is a wonderful Monday. We have Melissa Jeremiah with us. Good morning, Melissa.
Good morning.
Good morning. And happy to have you with us. We're going to find out all the great things going on from Hoosier Uplands. Laura, you want to thank our sponsors?
Absolutely. We want to thank Meadowview Healthcare, Walmart, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Celebrity Home Loans, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, and Fox Curly Wealth Management.
Yay, thank you to our great sponsors. We're very proud of them. And first of all, I want to hear, Melissa, did you have a wonderful Thanksgiving?
Yes, we had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We had our granddaughter from Indianapolis until yesterday. So.
Oh, I bet she loved that, and I bet you loved that.
Yeah.
Oh, yay! So did you guys stay up late and talk?
Well, I think I wore her out because we had all kinds of things we did. We went around as elf people. Have you ever heard of that?
No, but I'm wanting to know.
Well, you can make up little bags, or you can do a stocking, but I think the bags work better, and put little treats in them, and a card. I kind of suggest that for this, for the way the world is today, that it's good to put at least a card that has the people's name on it, so they know that you know who they are, and then kind of write something inside, but you don't have to say who you are, and then you ask that they pass it on. So it's, a way for kids to learn how to pass along things to others, that they get good, but then they should share it with others.
I love that. So, probably I was just thinking, because after Thanksgiving you have all the Black Friday shopping, and you had, of course, continuing shopping Saturday and Sunday. So to go out and put little bags on people's cars and stuff, and just little things like that, I mean, that's pretty awesome. That's a good idea.
We had it happen to us a few years back, and we never did find out who had done it, but one day I came home from work and had it on my doorstep. So that year we took it up and left it at someone's house that Maddie knew at Trafalgar. So this year we kind of picked out some families that we knew, and Maddie, I think that she loves making us little bags for everyone.
Oh my gosh, that's a cute project. And just because, and even if you did it, if you did it on random cards, just because, you never know, what kind of day someone's having, and just a little something to bring a little extra surprise, that's a cool idea, Melissa.
Yeah, it was fun. It was, I think that she enjoyed that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
When we went and seen the lights over at Charlestown, they have all their lights, going over there. Have you guys been there to Charlestown?
It's been a couple of years. I normally take a busload of residents over to see them.
We went over there, my cousin Stephanie and my cousin Jessica, and her granddaughter Hazley and Maddie and I, and it was really nice. We just suggest that if you want to ride the train, that you go online and get tickets prior, because they sell out and they sell them online.
So I know there's a train ride over there. I'm with Laura. It's been a couple of years since I've been over. So the train ride, does it take you? Where does it take you around?
We didn't get to go because we didn't have tickets,
Oh,
but
okay.
it looks like that it pretty much like leaves, one of the areas that they have set up where like Santa is and things like that, and then it takes you around to look at the lights.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's all lit up and flashing. I said it reminded me of the Partridge Family bus with all the colors.
I was trying to think of one of their songs. I was trying to think of. I was thinking of the Brady Bunch, the Sunshine Day. Everybody's swinging.
Partridge Family, I think I love you.
Oh, that's it. Yes. Oh, there you go. And what do I'm trying to think of the words. Now that would be fun. That's cool. Well, I'm glad you reminded us about that, because everybody's always looking for things to do. And I have actually experienced that. It's beautiful over there. They really, attention to detail, they really work hard on that.
I took the kids when they were little 1 year over there ice skating.
Oh.
Of course, fake ice, of course.
Yeah.
But they loved it. There's many bruises, many tears, but in the end, they had a good time once they figured it out.
They didn't have the ice skating.
Oh,
That was something we were talking about, but I kind of wondered if maybe it's because it's been like warm and.
Yeah, that could be.
Well, since we're giving, I haven't gone, but one of my girls went up to Carmel, Indiana this weekend, and they've got a big Christmas, like, I guess it's like a big celebration, and they have ice skating.
Oh, it's the Christmas market. It's
Yes.
it's like a German
Yeah.
marketplace.
Exactly. Yes, Melissa. Have you been to that?
No, we had went last year to the one they have in Ferdinand. The one in Ferdinand's already been for this year.
Well, I think it continues on. She went this weekend, and I think it continues on, but she did a job so beautiful. A lot of fun and lots of things to do.
That sounds really neat.
Yeah, so I'm just, for anybody looking for, for like things to do and to get out, and of course, there's several locations. I know French Lick, they put on a good show over there.
Up in Columbus, there's the farm that has all the blow-ups and the lights. And you drive out through the farm. It's beautiful. We did that last year.
And then I know locally, the elementary school is going to do their blow-ups again, or they drive through again. The custodians, and there's some other people too that join them, and I'll get the dates on that. I don't know if they've set the dates 100%, but I know that that's going to be an exciting time. And I love to I don't want people to miss out. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on, around the different areas.
I love to just drive around town and see all the lights and everything.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I want to give a report that my dressing, Melissa, the joke is, I use a lot of sage in my dressing, okay? And we did that.
No Sage November for
Yeah.
Becky.
Well, and I did it again, but it was, my husband said, Greg White said that it was the best dressing he'd ever had.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was like, well, I said, now you don't have to go that far. He goes, no, and everybody gobbled it up. And I heard a lot of people say the dressing was really good, But the star of the show was my mashed potatoes.
Really?
Which, mashed potatoes make me kind of nervous sometimes, especially when you're fixing so many.
Absolutely.
And, if you let them boil too long, then they're, or if you don't let them boil long enough, mashed potatoes can be kind of tricky sometimes when you're doing other things. If you're just paying attention to them. But anyway, but my mashed potatoes were all gone, and I heard a lot of people say that the mashed potatoes were good. I heard the whispers, They're either going to kiss you or kick you.
Absolutely.
What about you, Laura?
I was told that my mashed potatoes were too bland, and nobody was going to like them.
Oh, no.
Well, no, I had some seasoning that I could have.
Yeah.
Quite a little seasoning seasoning queen. Melissa, I could have helped you out on. Well, if you put enough butter and salt, and you can't go wrong, right? Yeah. You just load them up with butter and salt, and they'll. Yeah. Yeah. That. Yeah. I know.
I don't know. All of mine was a hit. We don't do
Turkey. Yeah. You do ham. Yeah.
Ham. Yeah. I mean, the kids were still eating meat rolls yesterday.
Oh wow. Yeah. So did you fix dressing with your stuffing or whatever with your ham?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I didn't know if you did or not.
Yeah.
Which ham is always good.
Everything is pretty much the same aside from
Well, and
nobody will eat the turkey though. They don't care for turkey, so
there's no sense in that. Easier to just eat. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I know my group, we hit it hard and and we had some apple pies that would just make you want to slap your mom. They were that good, yeah. Melissa, did you have a lot of good desserts?
We made a peanut butter log like my mom used to make. We found her recipes and made one of those. And then we made no-bake cookies that we found a recipe of my mom.
I can found her on no-bake cookies. I mean, there's no way to just eat one no-bake cookie.
I don't even let them get hardened. I'm usually eating them with a spoon.
I'm 100% with you. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Yeah, they don't even make it. Yeah. They don't go. There's some soldiers that don't even make it to the battlefield.
No, they don't.
That's me. That is exactly me. What about the pecan, or what did you call it, peanut butter roll? Is that like what I call a something roll or something?
It's pretty much just sugar and like Cairo syrup and confectionery sugar and flour, and you mix it all together, and then you make like a little roll, and then put peanut butter in it, and then just roll it up like you would like a sushi roll.
And then what do you put in the middle? Are you putting like cream cheese in the middle?
No, it's just peanut butter.
Just peanut butter. And if you add any cream cheese in it? I think that sounds, I can't imagine it not being 100%. I think peanut butter, when you say the word peanut butter.
They're sweet.
Yeah.
You couldn't to eat tons of it because it's sweet.
I'd like to give it a shot.
Absolutely. We have pecan pie and pumpkin pie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have pecan pie too. Yeah. Those all get so dangerous, It's yeah, and then we had a tray full of gummy worms and all of that.
Well, you have all those boys.
Yeah, everybody. I'm telling you right now, that is popular. Don't think that ain't, okay? Yeah.
Make them?
Did we eat them? Well, absolutely.
No, did you make them?
Oh, no. No, the gummy worms are out of my league. No, I don't do I just buy them. You know what I mean? Yeah. The extra sour. Because I have sour patches at our house. No, they're just so sweet. My group's just so sweet. We have to get the sour ones to even them out. I don't know. No, it's a group that sugar. They love the sugar.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so. And it was so nice. We actually sat outside and had a fire. So actually, if I had to do it all over again, I would have got some. I didn't have any stuff. I didn't have anything for s'more. So if I had to redo it, which we had gobs of food and gobs of sweets, so we didn't really need it. But if I had to do it all over again, I'd probably look up some marshmallows. So, yeah, I didn't know it was going to be that nice.
No, I had not really
Yeah. And anytime you can take my family's energy and take it outside,
years old.
It's a better day.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We're on to the 28th day of November. Let's look what today is. Today is Cyber Monday. Melissa, you been doing cyber shopping?
Probably not.
Okay. What about you?
Yes, I know.
Well,
I've got a few things in mind. I'm going to try to find a new one.
there you go.
Yeah, I'm going to finish up the Christmas shopping.
I love that. It's letter writing day.
I'd love to write a good letter. I love pens, though. You know that.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
getting pens.
Melissa, what about you? Do you write letters?
I usually I send cards and like will write something in the card for people.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Have you started Christmas cards, Becky?
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna hold you.
I know, I have not. No, I'm not even, no. What about you, Melissa?
Mine are already mailed and everything.
Oh, get out,
sweet.
man.
Letter ready. I always wait till the 1st of December so they get the little candy cane Christmas.
Yeah, and then you're going to mail them out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you guys, yeah, you're beastly. I'm not, no. I could,
We're off work on Veterans Day, and so I usually send mine on Veterans Day.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's awesome.
Well, to make sure you get them done.
Yeah.
And I have received some already, and it's always exciting. I want to say that my heart is there, and I love to get Christmas cards, and I've been getting some, and I love that. The horrible part of me is I can't get time to sit down and write them, and then get them in the mail. You know what I mean? And I have done this where I have written them out and then didn't get them in the mail. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, there's a process. You know what I mean? It's a 3-part series. You know what I mean? You buy them. Number 2, you write them out. And number 3, you mail them. You know what I mean? And sometimes 1, 2, and 3 gets messed up. So I like it. I think it's great. Yeah. Make your own head day.
I ordered the postcards. Like you can order postcards and put like a picture on them, and then they already put your signature, and so all you have to do is address them. You don't have to put them in an envelope or anything. Those are nice.
That's awesome.
Hey, that's.
Look, Becky's like, her wheels are spinning.
I can do
She's
that.
like, I can do that.
I can do that. Yay. I'm going to have to check into that for sure. Okay. National French Toast Day. Melissa, do you like French toast?
I love French toast.
What about you, Laura?
Yes.
Yeah. It shows it was a big old thing of butter on it. Mm-hmm. And syrup. Yep. This is Red Planet Day. Red Planet Day. Oh, turkey leftover day. Turkey's gone at our house. I mean, it's gone. It is gone. Melissa, you got any turkey leftover?
Ours is gone.
Okay, and we've got ham left over, Laura?
I do have a little bit of ham.
Well, then we could go to Laura's house and make a ham sandwich.
Absolutely.
I love a ham sandwich.
Because we're wanting hot ham
Take it along with that. And I did the remember Autumn Scott Hall talked about putting, I think it was a cheddar cheese on turkey with your dressing and your cranberry and everything. You just make like a sandwich.
Yes.
I did that. I just want to say, out of this world. When you pair it with the right cheese, she's got certain cheeses that it's like her wine. She pairs her cheese with her.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And it was delicious. I did have that. Yeah, I had some of that. We did, but we are gone. But you can't beat a turkey sandwich and a bag of Doritos. Do you not think that goes good together? What about you, Melissa? Do you like that?
I'm not really much of a turkey person.
Wait, I meant, hang on. I said turkey. I meant ham sandwich. What Laura's got, and I'll bring the Doritos. Absolutely. I think a ham sandwich.
Sure. Yeah.
Ham sandwich and Doritos they just complement each other, don't they? Yeah. If I was fixing a ham sandwich, I'd think it's Doritos. Yep. Which, I'm surprised you have any left over. I'm surprised you did.
Well, it was just you gotta think, I started cooking that at 4 a.m.
Oh, okay. That'll go good. That's great. Did you put pineapple and stuff on?
Pineapple and brown sugar. Yeah.
Well, sounds good. All right, well, Melissa, we're talking about all the great things, and what a blessing to hear your story, Melissa, and hear your story, Laura. What a great blessing. But we know that it actually is also, we've turned the corner now. Thanksgiving's over. Now everybody's all about the holidays, Christmas, and ready to go. But we know that can be a lot of not so good for everyone.
What I thought that I would like to talk about is 25 ways to deal with Christmas stress.
That's what I thought that was my segue. That was my opener for you, Melissa. Yeah.
It's Monday morning after a holiday.
Yeah. definitely. I know, and yeah, and we're all feeling that for sure. But I thought that this is a good idea and things that we can do. I want to say that, like, I've never heard, and I think probably a lot of you can agree, I've never heard so many people say, like, openly, like, my anxiety is up, or I'm having anxiety, or and used to maybe you hear more the word stress.
Stress, yeah.
Now it's anxiety, and I don't think I've ever heard so much open talk, and I'm not saying it's wrong, I'm just saying I think we're in a different age, or different, I guess, group. We've changed maybe, and I just never heard so many people say that, and they talk openly, and I don't know if when they say that, if that's a sign if we need to back off, or they need to go and take some time, or when they openly say that, I always kind of just let them do what they need to do. Does that make sense?
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Do you feel the same way, Laura, Melissa? I mean, have you noticed that too?
Absolutely. I mean, you can
Oh,
hear,
I've noticed that too.
even in Walmart, you can hear, people say, there's so many people, my anxiety's been too much.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you just would never hear someone say that.
Exactly. Yeah. And I don't know that we didn't have it. We just didn't know what we were having.
Well, and I think people felt shame, too, to say that. If
That's-
they did know that they had it.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe they knew they had this feeling, but also, I mean, it's come to the forefront now. It's talked about more. And I wonder if it doesn't help to say that, because you're putting the words out there, and then,
but I think people are a little more compassionate now, too.
yeah. I hope to think that. I hope that.
I would hope
Yeah.
so anyways, to be able to put that label, and say, I have anxiety and I just need a minute, people are a lot more accepting of that.
Right. So, with that, I think that's something that everybody needs. Well, we remember through COVID, and since COVID, we all the word be kind, be considerate. You don't know what someone's going through. We really try to preach that all the time, just good reminders. Not to be nags, but just remind you, of that. And so, let's go over this list, Melissa. This will be interesting.
I think that the most important one is to remember what Christmas is about. And this article that I found says that Christmas is a time for family, friendship, and spending time together. And when the Christmas stress levels start to rise, think about the present that we received for us to have Christmas.
Oh, look at that.
So kind of turn it away from thinking, Christmas is presents and being, doing all these things. Christmas, remember what Christmas is actually about.
Yeah, I love that. That's exactly right, for sure.
And it says to try to ignore the Christmas TV advertisements because they make things look like that there's, like the perfect Christmas, and that doesn't really exist.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, and like the Laura and I, and Melissa, you might be looking on like the Hallmark channel, you know what I'm saying? And there's, that always like makes it look, which it's kind of fun, like to have that, like to watch an entertainment show, but it's not always reality.
Right. So they said to remember that there is no perfect Christmas, there's a good enough Christmas.
Ooh, good enough. I like that. There you go. Good enough. I like that.
And one of the things to do is to plan ahead. So that's, so we're like about a month away. So, don't try to push everything into like the week of Christmas. Try to, find things that you can do ahead of time.
Well, that's good. That's exactly right.
That's
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Good reminder.
And to make a list and do a little bit at a time. And, like make your list from like the most important to you know, it's like, because some things you're going to have to do. You know, some things, you know, are the things that you have to get done. But, you know, maybe, you know, there's some extra things on the list that are just, if I get the time, I'll get these done, and if I don't get around to these, it's not the end of the world kind of thing.
That's good. I always put them in my planner. That way I try to put it on a date, and if I have to move it, it's still, you know, I still can visualize it. I'm a visual. I love to see it, so that's a good idea.
The list, you know, I do think the list helps because the list can also show you the things that you've gotten done. You know, it's nice to check something off your list or mark through it on your list.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, definitely. Now, it makes you realize that you have been,
Yeah, exactly.
you have been cracking it. You have been hitting it. Yeah.
And, you know, and also don't be afraid, this isn't on this list, but, or at least I don't see it on here, but, you know, another thing is don't be afraid to have people help you with your list. You know, like, you know, maybe it's something that your kids could help you with, or maybe it's something, you know, your husband or a friend or whoever you're spending the holidays with, you know, maybe they could help you out with some of the list. Because, you know, there's no need for, like, you know, maybe somebody has to run to, you know, pick something up in, like, Louisville or something. And so, you know, one person could pick up both those, you know, pick up items for both people, and the other person could, in turn, do, you know, bake a dozen cookies for that person or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a real good idea. Sure.
And then to also set a budget and stick to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that gets hard.
It does. It's so many, well, you've got so many kids and grandkids.
Yeah.
And I love a good bargain, and it's so hard to pass up. I'm like, ooh, what is, they don't need it, but still, it's like,
Yeah.
do I let those $5 geometry pass me by, or do I go on and order?
Do you need them? That's what, you know, I mean, here's what my husband always says, a bargain's only a bargain if you
Need it. I know.
Do you get that sense of that?
He tells me that all
But
the
you
time.
probably do need it, right?
Eventually I will. Eventually.
Yeah, yeah. That's hilarious. Yeah.
And then another thing is to help with Christmas stress by maybe if you know that someone's going to be buying you a gift, maybe kind of drop some hints here and there, and do the same thing if you're a grown-up. You know, a grown-up can also write a letter to Santa about the things that they would like to have and give it to, you know, their spouse or friend or whoever that may be getting them a gift.
That's a good
I think
idea.
that is a good idea because it's so hard.
Yeah.
You know, I have almost adult children, and they're so hard to buy for.
Well, and they're boys.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really,
There's only so much you can
I mean, you know what I mean?
do.
It makes it really difficult.
Absolutely. There's only so many hoodies and pajama pants that they need.
I know when Sean was in high school, he would write up a list. Like, I would give him a budget and tell him, you know, this is what is going to be spent, and he would go through and find like places that you could get it. And now it would even be easier because you could find it online. But he would spend his money on the things that he wanted to spend his money on, but he would also find the places for you to go get it.
Oh, wow.
Well, that's kind of cool.
That's really cool. Yeah. That almost sounds like Miracle on the Horse Street.
Yeah.
I mean, like where the Santa like directs you where you even need to go.
Yeah. That's
And
awesome.
he would always find the best bargains that way because he was only getting, you know, like if you said you're getting $100 to spend, you know, he's going to find the best bargains to get these things for $100.
I love that. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's that's good. And even help you out on your shopping. Yeah, I could draw a map.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And then also to take long winter walks as a way to de-stress. So if you're starting to feel stressed out from, like gift wrapping or whatever it is that you're doing, go take a walk.
Exactly. And that's, yes, I've heard a lot of people say that, and just to get that good fresh air and get out for a little bit, But if it's cold, bundle up, just to get out and move a little bit makes you feel a lot better.
And also enjoy the simple things. So don't just, concentrate just, on Christmas, but, also listen, set time set like time apart for you to do something for yourself each day. If it's even just 15 minutes, block out 15 minutes where all you do is, you maybe want to read, or you want to listen to some music, or you want to go for a walk, or you want to drive and look at lights, or whatever, set time apart that's just for you.
That is a good idea. Yeah. I think that's, we talk about that all the time, that a lot of times you have to start with your care. Taking care of yourself, and a lot of times you're so busy being pulled in so many different directions, taking care of other people, and you feel better when you do.
Absolutely.
And also, if you like to do indoor hobbies, like some people like to knit, for example, that could be your gift to someone. Make them, if you like to paint your friend a picture. Or if you, if you're a musical person, make a tape of their favorite songs with you playing them on the piano or singing them, or whatever your talent is.
I'm going to make a mixtape of my singing and send that to you guys. That's what you're getting for Christmas, okay? I'm gonna
come up with some paintings.
Okay, Laura's gonna paint. I'm gonna
left-handed. I'm left-handed, so you can imagine how wonderful that painting is.
And I'm not gonna Google the words to the song. I'm just going to sing it the way I remember it. the way I'll have different songs for you guys on my tape, okay?
That would be probably the best.
Yeah. without how well do I remember the words to these songs, okay? Yeah.
Have you guys ever sang karaoke, and like when you get up there to sing the song that you thought you knew, and they have the words, you're like, what?
Oh, I know. Oh, absolutely. It's like
completely different words.
Yeah. And I don't like when the artists do that. I don't like when the artists change those words on you. Yeah. Yeah. So I've done a lot of that where I have thought.
Yeah, positive that it was these words. Even some songs that I hear my kids and I'm like, that isn't the words to that, is it? And I'm like, yeah, it is.
Yeah, I know.
There's the one, like Olivia Newton-John song, and she's like, I don't know I'm trying to think of what song it is, but she says, where did my innocence go? And would a little more love make it right, like that song.
Oh, yeah.
I thought where she said, where did my innocence go? I was a little kid, and they would have like the Anacin commercials for like headaches and things.
Oh, yeah.
This is dating me. And I would always think she was saying, where did my Anacin go?
Oh, wait.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's great. That is good. Well, remember that Hold Me Closer, Tiny Danza, and Tony Danza? Remember that one? That was everybody. Yeah. There's
one of my favorite songs, so.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm over it. Yeah. Anyway, no, yes, and I do that quite often. My family loves to hear me do that. Yes, and
you can send us a mixtape of all your.
I will. And I'm gonna. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna hit the charts. talk about Ronco. I'm giving Ronco a run for their money. Let me tell you. Yeah. That's right. Mr. Microphone. Remember, hey, baby, I'll be back to pick you up. You remember that? They were in the commercial. Hey, baby, I'll be back to pick you up. I might even add that on my mixtape.
You can make us a video.
Yeah, there you go.
I was thinking, it's just
maybe audio would be not enough. We have to have the video too. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. All right. Well, I might work on that. Okay, you will get that before you'll get a letter in your mail from me.
Work hard.
Work hard, that's what I mean. Yeah. Chances are better on that. Yeah, for sure. All right. What else we got, Melissa?
And then if you have things that they are calling the ghost of Christmas past, so if there's, things that, you have a difficult time at Christmas because of something in your past or a major life event that, it may be good to get in and speak to a counselor about those items that you have trouble with so that you would learn how to better manage those difficult emotions.
That's a good idea. Real good idea. My concern on that is we just need more counselors. I think we need more. I think it's hard for people to find counselors.
Yeah, I think that is probably true.
Yeah, and I think that I think all of a sudden maybe, okay, this is kind of just on a whim here. I think that, like, we didn't talk about people kind of kept it to themselves because they feel like they needed to talk. Remember, we talked about mental, like, health, was kind of, if you will, not talked about. And now we've talked about it and we're becoming where it is more acceptable and people are realizing that it's sometimes you do need people to talk to or you need that. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So, but our degree of difficulty now is trying to find counselors available.
Absolutely. And that's a huge difficulty with insurances.
Is that right?
Yeah. Insurance and paying for it or finding a counselor that accepts your insurance is a big issue right now.
Well, and then one that you click with too. I mean, you have to make sure too that that's somebody that you click with.
Exactly.
I think those are good. I think now we're doing, 100 steps better than what we used to as far as, like, now I think people are realizing that it's okay and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think after COVID we realized that we need more now than ever, but I don't think they're out there. It's harder to find them. Or the ones that are there are so swamped and so busy.
I know that the number for, like, for Serenity Now, that is a Hoosier Upland service provider that does counseling services, their number is 812-275-4053, and that's just to them. That's not to our other services. That's only for Serenity Now. And, maybe if they don't have availability, maybe they could guide someone in other avenues to look at.
Referrals or something somewhere. Yeah, and I'm so proud and so happy that Hoosier Upland has this Serenity Now. It's so, that was such a blessing that was in place before COVID, and such a blessing for families.
And I do know that, as far as I know, they also are still doing some of, like, the telehealth.
Yes.
So you don't necessarily have to go to Bedford. They, as far as I know, we're doing still telehealth from time to time.
And I think a lot of counselors are doing that more so now because I think they realize with everybody's lifestyles and everybody that sometimes it's hard to get in, and I think we've learned that really works well more, than what we used to.
And I know that, sometimes if a person doesn't have insurance, sometimes there's, like, an uninsured rate. I'm just saying that off the top of my head. That is not saying that Serenity Now does that. I know that, like, I went to the eye doctor, and they told me one of the things that they were having to do that sometimes the insurance won't cover it that they said that if I would pay for it out of pocket, that it would be like X amount of dollars. And so I chose to just do it and pay it out of pocket because it was going to be cheaper than if I did it through insurance.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's always good to know options.
Yeah. And I know probably everywhere, doesn't do that, but sometimes it's good to check to see if there's a better way to get something paid for.
Right. And that's exactly right. Yeah, for sure. Just to see what you're, and it's always nice to know the options.
And then on the list it says to get some Christmas helpers, which we already discussed that, so it was on there. Enjoy the build up to Christmas. Some people love the Christmas lights, or some people, love to go shopping for other people. They enjoy, all the shopping, and some people enjoy the baking. Some people enjoy the Hallmark movies. Whatever it is, take the time out to enjoy the things that you like.
Yeah, and I like, and we actually started Christmas music a little early, and that was something I just felt like we needed. I don't know, I just felt like that was just needed, and I know some people were not real tickled about it, but
See, I love the Christmas music, but then my husband and Sean are not fans of Christmas music.
yeah. Well, it just, and again, it just kind of makes you, it's another alternative. It kind of gets you happy and makes you feel good. So, those are things that really want to focus on for sure. We'll
Stick to Christmas music.
Yeah, I love it too.
Then also it says that
No, thank you guys for getting up to do it. 22.
Good, that's real good. And for sure, like whenever you the pine trees and the smell, and they've got some really good cinnamon and all kinds of good smell. Apple, I like the good apple smell too. And the pine trees.
Peppermint. I love the smell of peppermint.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always pretty good. Or like any kind of like a bake or a honey smell. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that stuff's good.
and then also to play games at Christmas or around the holidays, or even during the winter, when it's too cold to be out, to think back to like different games that you enjoyed. Like over the weekend when we had our granddaughter, we played Life. And we hadn't played Life for quite a while.
Did you buy the extra insurance?
No, and I took the risky route.
Look at you. Well, you're being bold, Melissa. Well, that was fun. Did she love that, I bet?
Yeah, she likes doing things like that.
Yeah.
And then to consider helping others at Christmas.
That's a big one. And that should be all the time, but yes, I agree. Yeah. And there's little things you can do for others, or just call them and find out if there's anything you need, anything that you can get. Running over to Walmart, if you need anything, little things you can do for people like that.
Well, and one of the things on the list shows that if you know people that are living in, kind of a little bit of isolation and would have a potential for being lonely, to, give them a call, or to, maybe take, like if you baked cookies, bake some extra cookies and take over to them, or extra, bake a pie, or, something, just to show them that, they're still remembered and they're still cared for.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's very nice, yes.
And then also to know that it's okay to not be okay. that, you, like we were talking about, you may really be just feeling stressed out or anxious or whatever, whatever word you want to put with it, but that you don't feel happy. You know it's Christmas, but you just really don't feel okay with it being Christmas. And so, even if, you can't get into a counselor, speak to like a trusted friend and let them know what you're experiencing, because sometimes it helps just to get it out, and say how it is that you're feeling, and to be able to say that, and then for someone to listen and not, condemn you for it, for them to be able to understand how you're feeling.
Exactly. And I think that goes back to, let's go back like years ago. I mean, many years ago, people were going
where you could be seeing most of it. I'm Sean Herrick. You're listening to Network Indiana. Storms are possible starting Tuesday night.
The best chance that storm comes from basically Indianapolis south and westward. The farther southwest you go, the more likely chance there is for stronger thunderstorms.
Matt Eckhoff with the National Weather Service says high wind gusts and heavy rain are the main threats to watch out for. Governor Holcomb says he will not support legalizing any kind of marijuana use in Indiana.
I haven't changed my position.
Holcomb does support more research into medicinal pot, but other than that, he says either way, pot is still illegal on the federal level.
I don't care if the federal government looks the other way. I'm not gonna, I didn't raise my hand and take an oath to hold the wall just to pick and choose whether I agree with it or not. If I don't agree with it, I'll seek to change it.
But,
State lawmakers, including prominent Republicans, are set to have further discussions on legalizing pot this upcoming session. That's Network Indiana's Kurt Darling, and you're listening to Network Indiana.
And, maybe there would be a way that you could do that with your family now, or with your friends, and kind of, be able to do those childhood things again as an adult.
Right, exactly.
And then to also remember that you do not have to spend all of your Christmas with family. Not that families, aren't wonderful, and a lot of times it depends on your family, because I know some families are very close, and some families love spending time together, but then there's other families where maybe just the idea of like going and spending even a 6-hour time frame just gives you anxiety. Just know that it's okay if, you need to cut it short. It's okay to say, we're only going to be able to stay for an hour because we are going to go do this or whatever, and that's okay. You don't have to be obligated.
I think that's good, and I think you got to do what you need to do to make sure you're okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And there's nothing that says you have to stay the whole, 4 to 6 hours or whatever. Yeah.
And, and some people's family isn't their family. I mean, you have some people that their family is their, they have a group of friends. Like my uncle, when we lived in Illinois, he had a group of friends that he hung out with all the time, and, they would gather and do all their holidays and different things together. And that was his family. I mean, he didn't, not that he didn't care about his family, but that was his family. I mean, your family doesn't have to be your blood relative.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that brings up some really good points there, Melissa. Yeah. And whatever works best for you.
And then also, say please and thank you when you're out shopping, and because sometimes during the Christmas season, sometimes there are some people that don't necessarily treat people in the service industry very nicely. And so, go the extra mile to try to be extra nice, to try to make up for some of that negative behavior that they've experienced.
Yeah, that's not nice, And there's nothing in any store that would justify being mean to people.
Right.
And there's nothing, yeah.
Sean said that when he would work in the grocery business, you know, he said that, you know, people could be just, you know, so horrible to, you know, like the cashiers or the carry-out people, or, you know what I mean? It isn't their fault that the line's long. It's not their fault that their cash register ran out of tape and they have to change it, or it's not, you know, it's just you should treat others with kindness, and it doesn't always seem to happen, especially at the holidays for whatever reason.
I have to agree. I agree 100% on that. That's exactly right. Yeah. Yeah. And they have things they're dealing with too. They're people. I mean, you don't need they have turkey and ham to get home to eat. You know. Yeah. I mean, right? Or you know.
I guess another word is not on our list, and in a way I'm being sarcastic, but in a way I'm not. But you know, if you're dating someone and you're not sure if maybe this is, you know, the guy or the gal for you, you know, take them into some kind of a crowded store and see how they treat other people.
Ooh,
that is so true.
And if it's crowded enough, if they're mean, then just leave them.
Absolutely.
Right?
And so that shows a lot about a person, you know.
That is true. Yeah. Yeah, and there's no room for that. There's no sense in it.
I always tell myself, and this is crazy, but I'm always like, when I'm getting ready to go get groceries or whatever, I'm thinking to myself, just have patience, just have patience. I mean, because some people literally wander around just aimlessly.
Yeah. Yeah, and they just don't, yeah. So, and I think we, you know, we need to be patient for each other. We need to be acceptance, and I think all of that needs to be done.
And then whenever you get to Christmas or Christmas Eve or whatever, you know, days that you're spending with your family, just enjoy the moment. You know, everything's not going to be 100% perfect. It's, you know, there's going to be, you know, rolls that may be burned, or, you know, a gift that didn't turn out quite like you thought it was going to. But just enjoy that moment, and so, you know, just enjoy that time together with whoever you choose to spend the time with.
I agree. Yeah, I think that's good advice for sure on that. Well, and I think those are you know, things that we, like, a lot of times. I always talk about, like, Mary and Martha, you know what I mean, like, where you're, like, rush around trying to get everything all perfect and everything, and a lot of times people don't even notice.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, you know, but you know, and you're making, in your mind, you're making a big deal about something or whatever that you forgot to do, or you didn't get done, or didn't turn out right, but nobody even noticed.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, to you, it may, you know, you just, like, are just focused on, you know, the things that didn't turn out right, but there was, like, 90% of the things turned out perfect.
Yeah, and nobody even noticed. Yeah. You know, they, you know, on TikTok, nobody will know. Oh, they'll know.
Yeah.
Nobody will know.
No.
Oh, they'll know. Nobody will know.
You know, this is bad, but even, I mean, weeks after Christmas, I'm the worst about hiding gifts and then forgetting where I've hidden them or forgetting I even got them. And I will find them, and I'm like, you know, I was so worried about making sure everyone had the perfect gift and they had the same number of gifts and all that. And sometimes I forget I even did them.
Yeah. Surprise.
Yeah, it is a surprise.
I'm better than what I thought I was. Yeah.
Clearly they didn't need that because...
Right. Well, that's when you move it on to Easter.
Easter, birthday.
Yeah.
I'm bad about that.
Well, we all have them. I mean, everybody gets like that too. I think I've done that before. Yeah. I ain't about March or April.
Absolutely.
Good old Easter, you know, like you said, birthday, yeah. So any other on your list, Melissa?
Nope, we covered them.
Did we really? That was 25? Wow. That was quick. Well, it's good. good food for thought, and this is stuff we know. It's just we just have to be reminded of it a lot of times. Good little food for thought, especially on a Monday and the Monday after Thanksgiving. You know, the people were like the people were busting at the seams to get Christmas started, which I understand.
Absolutely.
But it's just now just trying to get, kind of get gifts and wrapping paper and all that, and get them wrapped.
And we also had an idea for our grandkids this year that we're doing something different. We are taking the boys, like Maddie's brothers. We're going to take the 2 older boys. So we're going to take Maddie, that's 14, and then her brother, that's 10, and her brother, that's 7, and we're going to take them in 2 weeks to go Christmas shopping, and that way we get to spend time with them because that's what we enjoy the most, and we're just going to let them pick out their own Christmas presents and then take them home with them, and no wrapping.
Where you could be seeing most of it. I'm John Herrick. You're listening to Network Indiana. Storms are possible starting Tuesday night.
The best chance of strong thunderstorms is basically Indianapolis south and westward.
That way we don't have to,
the more likely
you know how it is when you're trying to,
thunderstorms.
get a family,
with the National Weather Service says high
get
wind
time with
gusts
the
and heavy
family,
rain are the main
and
threats to
there's
watch out
other,
for.
there's other
Governor Holcomb
grandparents,
says he will not
trying
support
to
legalizing any kind of marijuana use
get time in
Indiana.
as well,
I
so
haven't
it's
changed my
just like,
position.
we're
Holcomb
going to do
does
it before
support more
Christmas,
research
and
into medicinal pot, but other than that,
Take them
he
and
says either way, pot is still
get them
illegal
and
on the
stuff
federal
and let
level.
I don't care if the
older
federal
ones stick out
government
for the-
looks the other
for the
way.
younger.
I'm not gonna. I didn't raise my hand and take an oath to uphold the law just to pick and choose. Whether I agree with it or not. If I don't agree with it, I'll seek to change it.
State lawmakers, including prominent Republicans, appear set to have further discussions on legalizing pot this upcoming session. That's Network Indiana's Kurt Darling, and you're listening to Network Indiana.
Than used to. I think that's, and also that's a grand idea, and I hope that somebody maybe that hasn't thought of that, hopefully they'll use that. And I'm sure that's a fun day. I'm sure the kids have a great, it's almost like a shop at the top, if you will. Yeah, there you go.
I'll need to put on a little silver wig and.
No, I don't think so. I think to be a grandparent today and age, and to have your health, and to be a part of it, I think is huge. Because, my mom did not make it, and I think that every day that you are able to, and to be a part, and, I think that's a huge blessing to have our age and health and be able to be for our grandkids too.
That is true. That is very true.
That's a huge blessing. So I think it has, and I think there's so many young grandmas, these days, and I think that's part of it, and I think that's, it's a blessing to be a part, and to have your health. So I say yay for you, and yay for them, right? Yes. Well, Melissa, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And who's your uplands? Let's go over, because I know right now we're kind of going to have a warmer week, but then I think we're talking snow on Sunday. Oh. So let's talk about some of the different services that Who's Your Uplands offers.
Well, we do home health and hospice is what my department is.
And which is such a blessing. And I'm encouraging families. If you guys are just, I'm telling you, I've seen you in action. It's just such a blessing for families. That is so needed.
And then also energy assistance and weatherization. And we also do Head Start and early Head Start. We have after-school programs. We have some apartments that are based on income in multiple areas. We, in Martin County, we are the health department. And then we also have Serenity Now, of course. And we have the area agent, or AAA is what I call it. And they can also sometimes get people assistance in with attendant care and personal services in their home. They can sometimes get them set up through other payer sources besides just like Medicare or Medicaid. And I know I've probably left somebody out, but that is who comes to me off the top of my head. But, you know, basically if there's any needs that you have, give us a call, and if we don't provide it, we can probably point you the direction you need to go. And our phone number is 812-849-4447.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, you guys are rock stars. Hoosier Upland, all that you do for the communities that you guys come into, and you know, you guys are so valuable, and we're so blessed to have you. And Melissa, I'm so happy to get to talk with you, and I think those 25 thoughts were good this morning, and definitely help someone else. I think we all need to remember that we're all in this together, and be considerate, be kind, and realize that you don't know what someone's going through that day.
Oh, that is true.
So, Melissa, you have a beautiful day, and Laura, have a beautiful Monday. Yeah, and I'm so glad everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. What a blessing. And so Thanksgiving's in the books.
Absolutely. It's in the books. Onward ho.
In the books. Here we go. Onward ho. Let the Christmas festivities begin. So, and at the beginning of the program, hopefully everyone's heard some different ideas in the different surrounding areas. You can travel and go see and have a look.
I think there's a Christmas parade coming up this weekend, isn't it?
I know we have Shop with the Cop coming up this weekend, which is always wonderful. So when everybody hears all of the sirens and all that going on, that's all normal. That's good. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. And
Sunday is Cram the Cruiser.
Cram the Cruiser, definitely. And yeah, so I know Britt Miller's all excited about that. So, and that all goes through the Washington Food Center. That's good. That's good. All right, Melissa, we'll let you stay with us here. And Laura, let's thank our sponsors.
Absolutely. We want to thank Meadowview Healthcare, Walmart, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Upland, Celebrity Home Loans, Dr. Lifestyle Associates, and Fox Truly Wealth Management.
Everyone have a wonderful and a safe Monday.
Happy Monday.
Happy Cyber Monday, right?
Yay!
Hoop season is back on WSLM. Whether you're listening to local high school girls and boys basketball, IU or Purdue men's basketball, or the Indiana Pacers, you'll need to get dialed in to the WSLM Sports Zone to follow all the action this season. And what better way to enjoy the game on WSLM than to pair it with great food from Papa John's? Go to your Papa John's app to order for pickup or delivery. Call 812-883-3369 or stop in at their location at the corner of Main and Hackberry Streets. Either way, stop in for a hot, fresh pizza, breadsticks, wings, or desserts, and a cold drink today. And keep your radio tuned to WSLM for hoops action all season long. And to hear more great specials from your Papa John's in Salem.
Manufacturing engineer. Actively participate in the development of new products, product improvements, and assist in the resolution of technical manufacturing problems for a major producer of sintered metal components. Employer GKN Sinter Metals